Hey, good morning, people. Good morning. How you all doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Today's Sunday, beautiful Sunday here in Rwanda. Yes, it is June 22, 2025, and the time is now 7:58 a.m. in the morning. Yes, I've been up for a while now. And yeah, everything is cool here at home. Just have some food on in the, cooking on the, using the pressure cooker. My meal for the day. And Lavi is resting on the ground on his little mat. He seemed to be doing okay. Yes, today is Sunday morning. And I'd like to share with you all a vision that I had today. A vision, and I'm wondering the meaning of it. And as I was talking to some people this morning. Yes, hello, viewer. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Yes. Sometimes like when you're talking to someone about something, and then a possible interpretation comes to you, and that's what I'm thinking that what I the vision I had today. What was it all about? And that's what I want to share with you, and other things that are happening globally. So let me begin. As you know, many of you know, when I wake up in the morning, many times I do a type of meditation. And I've been doing this practice since 2017. And as the years go on, I get to see more and more. And just the type of things I'm seeing is growing. But what I saw today, upon awakening and then doing the meditation, um, it was sometime, it was approaching 4 o'clock in the morning, Rwanda time. Um, so I don't know what that is in the East Coast in America. But either way, um, I saw a man, an adult man. He was, his back was turned to me. So just see his back of his head. He looked like a businessman, Caucasian slash European type. Um, had relatively short, a standard short haircut. Um, Not sure what color it was. Medium color, I think. He looked like he was a big guy. I mean, tall. He had a large body frame. He's wearing a white shirt, a dress shirt, white, like what businessmen wear. Might wear a white shirt underneath the jacket, like a white shirt. Um, it was a little loose. It wasn't firm fitted, and I think he was wearing slacks. But his arms were extended outward. You know, was up in the air, horizontal to the ground, and I think his head was slightly turned to the side a little bit. I did not see the face of the man, but standing on both sides of the man, right next to him, facing him, both people were facing him. Um, it was either two or three men, one on my right and one or two on the left. Don't remember. And they could have been wearing suits also, darker, a dark suit. Um, Yeah, I think they were wearing darker colors. And the one on the right had a weapon. His arm, his it could have been his right arm was extended. I'm not sure what arm, but either way, the one on the my right arm was extended, pointing. Um, let's see, alongside the man that was standing with his arms facing from his side. Um, it was a firearm, and it was like a silvery color. So it reflected a lot of light. It looked silvery in color. I mean, I don't know weapons or what type of weapon, but it was a handgun. Um, and he's pointing it. Oh, how'd it go? Now his arm was, I think, against his back, like I think, like it was along his back. The person that was standing with his arms out. I think it was along his back, and so it's pointing to the people on his left, if I saw it correctly. And then I remember saying, "Oh my God, did he just pull the trigger?" And that's all I remember. But my impression of what I saw, yes, hello, Vera, welcome, welcome. Yeah, but my impression was that the person in the middle was the focal point. He's wearing a very white shirt. Again, I could not see his face, but it was a man. Looked like a tall American type dude, in my opinion. Um, like I think, like in his 40s. That was my impression, that the guy could have been in his 40s, an adult male. Um, I could not see the face of the two or three figures that were standing on his side, opposite sides of him. But I felt that it was symbolic. Yeah, like a lot of my dreams, um, like what I'm looking at, that I know it's not real. That I they seem like beings who are, they're not really human, and it's more like something symbolic. They're not really real, but you see them, and it's just a weird feel about them. It looked very symbolic. What I was seeing, it wasn't a real person. I felt that it was representing something, but they were not really people. But it was trying to communicate a message to me. That was my honest opinion. What I saw, um, but I started thinking. Um, I started thinking what I was seeing, and I told someone about it. And then it hit me. The letter T. The person was standing like forming the capital letter, a T. And it was a man, a European, or, white person, business attire. And then the person on the side, kind of, I think, more shadowy. But the guy in the middle, a lot of light came from him. It reflected a lot of light. I think the background was dark, but he, you know, the color, the way it reflected a lot of light. He was very well seen, very well lit. I was, well, okay. I was thinking at first he reminded me of a YouTuber that I was watching yesterday. That's actually what I was thinking when I was watching. I said, hey, he kind of reminds me of this YouTuber that I was watching. He's some business guy that's teaches how to get more than one passport, how to buy a passport from governments, things like that. Initially, he reminded me of him. But then later on, I said, that looks like the letter T, T for Trump. I said, oh my goodness. And then I learned that there was a strike today, that the Trump administration had sent weapons to obliterate certain locations in the country of Iran slash Persia. I was wondering, oh my goodness, was this like a warning? Yet the man was standing like very, in my vision, proud, standing very proud and confident and stretching out his arms. And he was a big guy, but long arms, long body, symbolize the very Western world, Western power. And someone next to him on the right side had a weapon. And it was a silvery looking handgun. Is this is this like a warning? A warning. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I learned about it, when it was a pop-up on my screen, and it was announced that something had happened. And then since then, I actively looked up on the internet, on YouTube about the strike. Yeah, there were three strikes um, to Iran by the U.S. Um, I don't know much about Iran. I've met one person in my lifetime from Iran. Um, I don't know much about the country. Um, I don't know why there is fighting. I don't understand why you have conflicts happening all around the world, and I always wonder why certain nations attack other countries. I want peace. I want peace. I don't like to see wars and casualties, things like that. I really want peace for everyone. Um, that sort of thinking. Now, Iran does not even border, excuse me, Israel. The two countries are not borders. So I don't know why Israel is getting in the business of Iran. I don't know what the history is of the two countries. I don't know why one, Iran has in the past made threats regarding allegedly regarding the U.S. and Israel. I don't know. I don't. I'm not a political person, just a regular person, and I don't know why you keep hearing bad things about certain places. I have no business there in Iran or Persia. I've never been there. I know nothing really of it. I remember when I was in high school, there was this conflict, what they call the Shah of Iran. Yeah, back then they called it Iran, not Iran. But either way, um, I don't understand what this is all about, even back then. And then there was a hostage situation, and I never understood what the problem was. And then it became a religious state. It's like before it was under a kingdom, and then it went into the hands of the religious leaders. Um, I don't know. I really don't. It was a modern place. People were, the ladies wore regular, what they call Western clothing, and then when the religious leader came about. Women were forbidden to wear certain things. It's a very religious conservative country. Um, then I started thinking, okay, so the U.S. Uh, attacked Iran. Now, I feel that this whole conflict, what I'm upset about, that I feel that the U.S. is being pushed into this conflict by that this country in the Middle East. It's like it has America do all this fighting for it, and I don't like it. I don't like people having to fight other people's wars. Um, they never did anything to us. That country that just got bombed, nothing that I know of. Remember with 9/11 and the alleged hijackers, we didn't bomb the country of the mass number of people that were allegedly involved in that. The U.S. didn't bomb that country. Now, why? Why? So I don't understand how we decide who we assault. And I started thinking about the country of Nigeria. Did you know, like with Nigeria, I was told, is the most populated, uh, has the highest population than any African nation, any nation. And the size of the country is big also. So it has a land mass and the population, human population there, which is very big. Um, and then in was it 2014? I think they called Boko Haram invaded. Get this, invaded a children's school for girls. Kidnapped. I think it was about 400 people. Please tell me if you know the exact number. Was it over 400 uh, girls? Not women. These were all children. They were kidnapped and brought to some other location. And I was told the term Boko Haram means that against Western influence. So this organization that labels itself such is going to kidnap its own Nigerian people, girls, innocent girls. These are children, not adults. They were children. They were people in school for girls, and they said that this is teaching Western culture and that the women shouldn't learn. And so it took kidnapped them. Where are those girls now? And this was under uh, Obama's administration. Now I remember Mrs. Obama spoke out about it. But what was done? What was done? So if a country in the Middle East could be attacked because someone didn't like that the potential of that country doing something, well, can't the people that are being kidnapped, I mean, can't that government also kidnap American interests or whatever? So how do you decide what's important? What is really important? Aren't the lives of children? If you want to get involved in somebody's affair, don't you think that this Boko Haram, are they just doing that because they're bored? They do what they're doing for purpose in mind. Are they kidnapping these young girls to impregnate them, to increase their army? Hello? Isn't that a threat? But it'll take what 18 years for those people to reach adulthood. Don't you think that they probably did that because they want to increase their army? Why women? Why wouldn't you want a woman to be educated? Children, don't you want them to know how to read the medicine bottle, or to take a temperature, to read what the temperature says, or to read a newspaper? Hey, a hurricane is coming. You need people to at least know how to read and write to communicate. What is this insanity all about, people? Yeah, this was 2014. I can't believe it was that long ago. 2014, a bunch of children from, what's that? What grade were they? Were kidnapped, taken by thugs with weapons, military guys, a faction. I think it's in northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria, I think, is where all the oil is. And a lot of people of this particular religion lives up there. And for whatever reason, they just unhappy and get if someone doesn't want their own daughters to be educated, okay, that's their business. But to impose on a whole school and kidnap them. I heard one news thing not too long ago. A young woman, who's now a young woman, escaped her captors, and she left with a baby. She got impregnated. She had a baby by this beast. The guy said, "If you don't marry me, I'll kill you." You think that's a choice, people? Well, she was able to escape or leave, whatever what the situation was. And with her baby, she went back to her community. And the communities did not embrace her. The community did not embrace her and is hating the baby because of who did that. The child is innocent. The lady is the now young woman is innocent to be kidnapped. Don't Why do we seem to support criminals, people who hurt children? And when the child speaks out, why do you hold such resentment to victims? Even in America, there are victims who are SA'd. And sometimes you might hear, oh, they asked for it, right? Stupid talk like that. Why is it that the victim is victimized by others rather than supporting them emotionally? And maybe she might need counsel. Does she have any diseases from that guy? Shouldn't that be the health of that woman, now woman, and baby, be the priority of that community? But no, I wonder about the minds of certain people. We're preoccupied with nations. And I think a lot of these wars, it's not about because someone feels threatened, but it's a corporation feud. You have large corporations, I believe, it's my opinion. You have large corporations, and they want interest or want to take interest in other people's countries, other people's resources, and they're fighting for it. And just more people get hurt in the end. But here, when your children get kidnapped, it's not the first time I heard something like children being targeted against, by thugs. I remember, I think it was Norway. It was, I think, 2011. I mean, yeah, 2011. It was a retreat for these children. There were students, and a man takes a boat over to the little island where these kids were resting, socializing, and he opened fire on them. It looked very suspicious because uh, the guy they found photos of the guy on social media, and he's wearing his Masonic regalia, with the apron and all that other paraphernalia. Yeah, why is it? Is this all what it's about? These Masonic wars, people who are doing things, and on the surface they want to seem like a lone wolf, or are these are all these people? Are they really just factions of this Masonic order and doing things with children, hurt, unaliving children, SAing children? It's like a human sacrifice, sacrificing your young girls to brutal men with guns. It's how cowardice. And what's weird about it, people, I know Nigerians. In New York, where I'm from, there are a lot of Nigerians there. I work with Nigerians, and it shocks me to see that, because I know these people, and then to see something so bizarre, a nation that historically was involved in the transatlantic slave trade. Many of us come from Nigeria. You do a DNA test, if you're a black person from the Americas, you'll see also you got a lot of Nigerian in you. Yep, even me. That the whole West Coast, the I call it the bottom of the belly. So from Nigeria all the way next to, but not including Senegal, with my genetics all through there, that I have genetic connections to due to this transatlantic slave trade. So the U.S. and all of the Americas has connections to Nigeria because of history, but yet you didn't hear any invasion, any Western invasion, or other African nations coming to the rescue of a massive, massive kidnapping of these young women. It's a political statement. They're making a statement to do that. And I think every Western or country in Africa should be concerned. But you don't hear about it. You hear everything that is concerned about Western people. And if it affects this one particular country in the Middle East, the whole world suffers, right? But if it's not phasing them, then you don't hear the news about other countries that are being um, traumatized. I don't want any type of war. I want peace. I want I want peace throughout the whole world, regardless of your nationality, religion, gender, you know, freedom and peace for everybody. Should be the goal. But we have to be careful when you say peace through strength. Okay, on the surface, that sounds good. But what I realize what it means, peace through strength, it means let people know that you don't F around. That if you trouble that person, you're going to get it. So if someone fears retaliation, they're not going to mess with you, and so it does work. Peace through strength actually can work, but you have to always keep your guard up because people are waiting for your guard to be down. So I'm wondering, people, okay, this strike happened earlier today, not too long ago. Um, I'm wondering, would retaliation? See, there, I believe there's sleeper cells. There are sleeper cells, I believe, in my opinion. And all this melee that has been happening for the past 4 years with migration, it was to sneak in these sleeper cells. These sleeper cells are going to be activated. I fear that that is what's going to happen. It's just foolishness. It's innocent people being hurt. When would this all stop? And some people like to say, "Oh, it's the Bible prophecy," things like that. But people are just making things happen. People are making things seem like it's true. I don't know what God is going to watch people get blown up and say, "Well, I'm not ready yet to rescue you." You know, you have to rescue yourself, people. It is you that save yourself. I don't believe someone's going to come from the sky. And let's say it does. Let's say some spaceships come. You're going to say, "Hey, what took you so long? Why did you let all these things happen to humanity?" It doesn't sound like someone, a creator God, would do that. There's no creator God doing that. But these creatures that hide behind our peripheral, who are manipulating the scene, and no matter what, they win. They could play one side and then play the other side, but it's all, in my opinion, an orchestration, and innocent people are being hurt. I'm tired of this. Please, 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 the benevolent one, the true benevolent one that knows all, that is all loving, please watch over humanity. Please bring us back to sanity. Let us stop the violence upon nations, and especially its innocent children. Yes, please bring those girls back home. Please bring those girls that were kidnapped in 2014 home. You haven't heard any news about them, really. Just I heard that one girl that escaped and got pregnant. Yeah, let's protect our girls. Let's stop this violence against women. I hate it. I hate it. I hate these systems, these faith-based systems, and they want to pretend that these are things that is to help humanity. I think it's what's keeping us in bondage. Yes, let's stop this bondage. Let's free our minds. Free our minds from this foolery out there. Yes. Please protect all of us this Sunday. Watch over the people who live in those communities that were bombed, um, and watch over America. Yeah, this is just the beginning, and you have sleeper cells, and they could just be waiting for instructions when to strike. Peace and safety to you who are listening. Until next time, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.